So once again, I send a screenshot that I've made up with instructions to claim the cash. He says, okay, I will let you know once confirmed. So on the back end of the Bitcoin site, I can see that this guy is trying to access it and he has an IP address in Ogun, Nigeria, but he's not uploading any photos. But then later, a video does get uploaded, except this doesn't look like your typical scammer. It looks like a middle-aged woman living in Wisconsin named Linda. She even uploads her driver's license. So I'm thinking, what in the world is happening? What is she doing on this fake Bitcoin site? And where did she get the confirmation code? That's when it hits me that this woman might actually be a mule or a victim herself. The real scammer is in Nigeria and he's likely convinced her that he's her boyfriend off serving in the military and he's using her to move money for him. That's my theory anyway, and it's why I'm keeping her face blurred. So I look at her ID and I search public records and I think I may have actually found her phone number. So I give her a call to see if I can warn her about what she's mixed up in.
Hello.
Hey, is this Linda?
Yes.
Hey Linda, my name is Ben. Are you in Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, are you working with someone right now to redeem some Bitcoin or something?
I am working with someone to redeem a transaction that I didn't do.
Okay, that's interesting. My name is Ben and I investigate internet scams and I think he might have you involved in one of them. Is this person a friend of yours or a colleague, or how do you know him?
What do you mean?
This person who's asking you to redeem this transaction, is he a friend of yours?
Redeem a transaction? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You just said that you were trying to redeem a transaction for somebody, right?
No. I am trying to redeem some funds that were stolen out of my account.
Okay, did he give you a website?
But I'm dealing with a bank.
Did he give you a website to go to?
No.
Do you live at Avenue?
Yeah.
Okay, because you just uploaded your ID to a website, didn't you?
To a...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who told you to go there?
A friend?
Okay, where does this friend of yours live? Do you know? Because I can tell you, he lives in Nigeria. You know, if someone had proof that my significant other was actually a scammer living in Nigeria, I'd probably hear him out. But not this lady, I guess. I wrote back to Mr. Bruce and I said, why are you having Linda redeem it? He said that is the agent received the payment for the activation fee to have your $950,000 cash package delivered to you. Is the money coming from Nigeria? And then he stopped responding after that. Well, that one wasn't as fun, was it? So let's catch another one. But first, the best way to protect yourself from scam texts like this is with Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Scammers are everywhere. They send fake alerts, creepy texts, and even cartel threats like the one that I showed you. And if they get your info, it's not just annoying, it can lead to identity theft, which can ruin your credit, your finances, and your peace of mind with Aura. So, since there are no shortage of scammers out there, let's go find another one. I take that picture that Mr. Bruce sent me and I run a reverse image search. And I can see that it's being used on a Facebook page for a US government official named Agent Mary Smith, who looks a lot like Holly Ann Milley, a military spouse. And her bio says, with God, everything is possible. Kindly inbox me to claim your winnings now. And the page is just full of FedEx employees delivering brand new cars and what I can only assume is boxes of cash. Doesn't seem like the best use of our tax dollars, but I decide to kindly message Agent Mary Smith and say I'm ready to claim my winning prize. I then get an automated response that says kindly give us your full name and address to check if your name is still available on our winning list. I say Ben Dover, and to my great surprise she says your name is available on our winner list. All you need to do now is to activate your winning status so that your package can be approved for delivery on Friday. How much is the winnings? $450,000. Nice. Now you need to pay for activation fees so that your package can approve for delivery immediately. Oh, of course I do. How much? The activation fee is $150. Once you pay for the activation fee, your package will be approved for delivery immediately. And it should be common knowledge that it is against FedEx policy to mail cash, but they're still peddling this lie. She tells me to go get a gift card, but of course she'll accept Bitcoin because all these scammers eventually get paid in Bitcoin. And then I think that I might need to get more creative than I was last time, so I actually design a physical receipt that you might get after visiting a Bitcoin machine. Then I print it out, and then I take a picture like I'm standing in the parking lot. And not to brag, but I think I did a pretty good job because this clown immediately falls for it, and I can see that he's hiding out in Oregon, Nigeria. He's so excited to claim his money that he falls right into the picture trap. But after he does this, he simply gets an error message, which makes him really mad. He says, "Why do you make the payment through that website?" I said, "That's the Bitcoin machine. I don't understand anything about that website. That's why I told you to pay with gift card in the first place. Go back to the machine and print the receipt out." And I thought, okay. So I walk back to my fake Bitcoin ATM, also known as my computer, to print out a receipt. Except the one that prints out looks like this. And then I sent it to him just like he asked. He said, "Who is this?" I said, "That is the man who tried to claim the money I sent." "No, he must be a scammer, right?" He said, "Do not send any money to him." And I'm like, "You gave my code to an evil man. Now how will I get my money back?" He says, "Tell the ATM agent to cancel the payment so they can give you your cash back. Hope you understand me?" But I just asked him, "Why did you give the code to that bad man?" He says, "I don't know him." And I said, "How do I know that you're not really him?" He said, "I should be asking you that because I told you I don't know anything about the website you gave me. My account was hacked 2 months ago, but I got it back. Could that really be the issue?" And I'm like, what kind of government agent gets their account hacked? And he continued to get flustered and he finally gave up. And I never revealed my trick because I want him to go the rest of his life wondering how his face ended up on the receipt of a Bitcoin transaction. I'd like to think that it makes him think twice about ever doing this again, but who knows? At least I had fun playing with these guys. If you ever get a text that looks like one of these, just remember to ignore it or waste their time and tell that person to go find a job. Because if you're clever enough to come up with this crap, then surely you can find something honest to do. I'll see you all later. Hey everybody, so yesterday I got this weird text message that said Publishers Clearinghouse Promotion Prize Awards winning notification. And then it had this big long word salad about prize awards, sweepstakes, jackpots. It sounds like I've won something. So I said, really? And whoever sent this responded and said, "Yes sir, are you ready to claim and receive your payment today?" I thought, well, why not? And I said, yes. They said, "What is your full name and your address where the money will be delivered so I can get it to check your profile on here okay?" And just to mess with them, I gave them the address of 742 Evergreen Terrace. And you might recognize that address if you're a fan of The Simpsons. And then I said that my name was Ned Flanders. Okily-dokily-do! And they wrote back and said, "Your name is Ned Flanders?" And I thought, well, dang it, I may have just outed myself. But I didn't break character, and I said, "Yes, what's your name?" And he said, "My name is Charles Woodley." All right, I guess he fell for it. He really thinks that my name is Ned Flanders. But then he says, "But the name you provided is not the name we have on database, sir." "What database?" I said, "Oh, so I'm not winning anything?" He said, "The name we have on database is Bendover. The winning funds belong to Bendover." Bendover. If you watch this channel, you'll know that I've gone by that name before. I've got an email address under that alias, and I've got a phone number under this alias, and I've filled out forms, and I've even made purchases with it. So it was only a matter of time before scammers got a hold of it. Because unfortunately, a lot of our personal data that we share online is easily accessible through data brokers or through people search websites. So yes, this scammer has some personal information of Bendover's, but I decide to play it cool. I say, "Oh, that's my cousin. He recently gave me his phone." And Charles says, "Okay, let me help you check your name if your name is available on winner's list because we still have more than 500 people that never claim their winning funds." And I'm like, okay. And soon Charles comes back with, "Congratulations to you, Mr. Ned. You won. Your name is still available on winner's list and you qualified to receive the amount of $270,000 USD. Well, how about that? Ned Flanders is on the list. And in today's video, I think that we're going to do something fun and see how many pop culture references we can squeeze into this conversation before Charles catches on and ghosts me. So I say, "Wow, that's great. And show me the money." Show me the money! Charles says, "For security reasons, we advise all winners to keep this information confidential from the public until your claim is processed and your prize released to you. This is part of our security protocol to avoid double claiming and unwarranted taking advantage of this program by non-participant or unofficial personnel, and to avoid armed robbers on coming to your house. Understand?" Armed robbers? Wow, I said, "I understand. My godfather always tells me never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking."
Never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking again.
And Charles says, "Okay, good. Are you on WhatsApp?" I am on WhatsApp, and for some reason, that's where he decides to continue our conversation. He says, "Hello, Mr. Ned, this is Charles." I'm like, "Hello, Charles." He says, "Yes, what you will need to do now is activate your winnings funds so that I can proceed on your winnings funds. Then I will tell you how you can receive your winnings payments." And I'm like, "How do I do that?" He says, "You will need to activate your winnings funds with Apple gift card of $250 now." Okay, we all know that gift cards are the currency of scammers because there are exchanges out there that will buy your gift cards with Bitcoin. And this is the easiest way to send money internationally without dealing with banking regulations. But I play dumb and I say, "How do you activate winnings with a gift card?" He said, "You will need to get the gift card and get back to me, then I will activate your winnings on database here, okay. Is there any store around you that you can get the card from?" And I say in all caps, "Yes." He said, "Okay, let me know when you have the card, okay." Now, I'm not going to waste my time going to the store, but I'll let him think that I am. And I say, "I'm heading out now." I'm so happy. I never thought my life could be anything but catastrophe. But suddenly, I begin to see a bit of good luck for me.
'Cause I've got a golden ticket.
Charles says, "This is a great opportunity for you, Mr. Ned." And I say, "What do I do when I get the gift card?" He said, "You take the picture of the card and send it to me here with the receipt of the card." I'm like, "Then what?" He said, "Then I will proceed on your winnings funds immediately." So I ask, "How will the funds be delivered to me?" He said, "The funds will deliver to you by delivery agents." I said, "Do they show up at my door with balloons?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." Then he attaches a picture and he says, "This is one of our recent winner and this is how they're going to show up in your house." And this gets me very excited. So I say, if I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba dibba. Charles is like, "What?" I say, "Oh, nothing. I'm just excited." He says, "Okay, have you get to the store or you're still on your way to the store?" I say, "I'm on my way." "Okay, let me know when you get it." I ask, "What kind of a card?" And he tells me that I need to get an Apple card. So then I just Googled an image of an Apple gift card and I send it to him and I say, "How do you like them apples?"
How do you like them apples?
He says, "Yes, that is it. You will need to open the pack and remove the card from the pack and then take the picture of the card." So I start doing this thing to frustrate him, where I would take pictures that you could only open once, but I just sent a black screen. And I did this a few times until he got frustrated and eventually called me. Am I talking to Charles right now?
Yeah.
Okay, did you not get my it's me, Ned. Did you get my pictures?
No.
Okay, you just want me to send it to you through WhatsApp, or you want me to mail it to you, or you want me to email it to you? Like, how do you want me to get it to you?
No, I want you to send it to me on WhatsApp.
Okay, well I tried like 3 times. Didn't you get it?
No. I haven't got any picture from you.
Well,
Just take the picture.
All right, let's see how many pop culture references I can squeeze into this phone call. It's not like I'm not trying. You know, I'm working on it. I definitely want the money. I've got my mind on that money, and I've got the money on my mind.
Yeah, you will definitely get your money by God's grace.
Yeah, by God's grace. I spent $250 on that Apple gift card. Like you're gonna deliver the money, right? You're not just gonna take the money and run?
Go on, take the money and run.
I can never do that, and I will never do that till the end of my life.
Good, because that money's actually not mine. It's my wife's. I had to borrow it from my wife to go buy the money, and she works hard for the money. So you better treat her right. Well, I definitely need the money, you know. I don't want to, you know, just have money for nothing. I've got to install microwave ovens and custom kitchen deliveries.
We got to install microwave ovens.
So I will be expecting you. Okay. So once I receive the picture of the card, so I will proceed right away. Okay.
Okay. Well, he eventually hung up, so I finally did what I was told, and I sent a picture of me holding a gift card in Nigeria, since I'm pretty sure that's where he's at. Yes, it's AI, but he seems dumb enough that he might just fall for it. He says, "Is this the picture of the Apple gift card?" I say, "Yes." He He says, "We don't play here, Mr. Ned. If just let us know if you're ready to claim and receive your winnings funds." And I'm like, "You can keep the funds." And he goes on to say, "You don't want it?" And I'm like, "It's not about money. It's about sending a message."
Not about money. It's about sending a message.
And with that, I got an 11 pop culture references before this guy finally realized that he was being played. He said, "I don't understand. What message are you sending?" I said, "Stop scamming, Mr. Charles." He said, "So you didn't get any Apple Card? You're just lying?" "Yes." "Is that good?" I said, "Yes, it's good to waste your time because you're a scammer." "I'm not a scammer. That is an insult." And I said, "I'll give you a $25 gift card if you say sorry for trying to scam me." He said, "I should say sorry? If I say sorry, you will give me $250 Apple gift card?" "What? No," I said, "I will give you a $25 one." And with that, he said, "Okay, I'm sorry." "Hey, how about that?" And I said, "Thanks for being honest. I'll get you a gift card when I go to the store later tonight." "Okay, I will appreciate." And I actually did go get him a $25 gift card because I do appreciate the honesty and I had a lot of fun with him. And it makes me think about one of my favorite stories from Les Mis, where Jean Valjean goes to rob a priest, but when he's caught by the cops, the priest doesn't press charges. In fact, he says, "Hey, you forgot these candlesticks." And he sends Valjean on his way, telling him to sell them and use the money to become an honest man. And he does. And he goes on to become this great hero who blesses the lives of countless other people. I'd like to think that this guy's over there in Nigeria and he's about to have a similar experience. Maybe he goes on to find a better job doing honest work. Maybe he goes on to have kids and raise them up in the right way. And maybe those kids have kids and a whole generation and community is better off because I decided to treat that scammer nicely and set him on the right path. Or maybe he just goes right back into scamming. But I'm still proud that I got 11 fun pop culture references into this scam bait. And I'm extending that challenge to the rest of you. So next time you get a scam text, see if you can beat my record and let me know in the comments below if you do. Maybe I'll give you a gift card. But thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe out there, and I'll see you later. So the other day I get a random text message from a guy named John Cook who said he found my number from Indeed/online and he's currently in need of a personal assistant for a remote job. He tells me to kindly send a text or an email for details. And I thought, hey, I could use some extra money. So I emailed John and I said, "Hi, is this still hiring?" And he says, "Good morning, Ben. How are you doing today?" And I say, "Fine, how are you?" And he says he's pretty good and he asked me for my number for a fast text. So I give him a number for him to reach me on and he soon texts me. He says, "How are you doing today? This is John Cook. I'm contacting you regarding the job." And I say, "Hi, thank you for contacting me." He says, "I work with the realtors as an online publisher and I need a good and hardworking assistant that can post ads perfectly online. Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. I'll be paying $1,000 every week. Does it look like what you can do?" I thought $1,000 a week just to post ads? Sounds like a great side gig. So I said, "Wow, yes, of course." He said, "Sounds good. Do you have Marketplace in your Facebook app?" "Doesn't everyone have access to the Facebook Marketplace?" I said, "I believe so." "Okay, when do you intend to start?" I say, "Whenever you need me." "Okay, kindly provide your email address. I will be sending the post information to every day so I can have it noted down." I literally just emailed him 5 minutes ago, but I said the email I contacted you on earlier. "Okay, I'm currently at a Seminole. I will contact you when I'm done in 2 to 3 hours. Thank you." So 2 to 3 hours later, John is done with his Seminole and he emails me some information on a home that he wants me to create a listing for. It appears to be a home in Louisville, Kentucky, and the description says to contact the owner, Do Rick, if interested. This sounds fishy to me. I don't want to list a house from my personal account if it's going to be used in some kind of a scam, so I create a new Facebook account and I decide to post it from there. But it's not letting me post in Marketplace and I can't figure out why. My hunch is that you've got to have an established Facebook account in order to post homes on the Marketplace, because I go to try it on my real Facebook account and it works just fine. So that's what's going on. These scammers are trying to create ads to trick would-be renters, but they can't list homes with their Facebook profiles, so they're hiring Americans like me to do it for them. So I quickly delete the posting, but I take a screenshot before I do, and I send it over to John Cook to show him I did what I was told. He says, "You will be posting 2 to 3 ad-free day. Is that fine with you?" And I'm like, sounds good to me. He says, for more information about the house, direct all inquiries to the email in the post information. Tell them to text the owner, Do Rick. Direct all inquiries to that number. And then, strangely enough, a few minutes later, I get a text from Do Rick himself. He said, hello, how are you doing? This is Do Rick, the owner of the house you posted. Oh boy, the boss is reaching out to me. I better be on my best behavior if I'm going to make my way up in this company. But he says, I just got your number from John. Did you have it posted on Craigslist? No, I wasn't planning on posting it on Craigslist, but I better get on it in order to show that I'm a dedicated worker. So I said, I am working on it now. And he said, nice to hear back from you. Okay, kindly let me know when you have it posted. They can contact my number directly. Okay, so here we go. If anyone is interested in this listing that I just posted, they're instructed to reach out to this guy, Do Rick, who is either the same guy as John Cook or John Cook's buddy. But nobody is going to be reaching out to either of them because I've already deleted both listings. But they don't know that. So what I do is I use this fake Facebook profile that I've just created and I name it Mike Raffone. And I send myself a Facebook message expressing interest in the property. I then take a screen grab of the conversation and I go back to John Cook and I say, somebody messaged me about the property. Except it was me who messaged me. And of course he just wants me to pass them along to Do Rick, but then I send a message back to myself saying, who is Do Rick? And then I pass that over to John Cook to get a response. And he says, the owner of the property, kindly call or text Do Rick for more details and application process. Okay, let's take a timeout and map this out for you because it's a bit complicated. And I'm going to use an AI tool to help you visualize. We have a realtor named John Cook who has recruited Ben Dover to post the house that is owned by a guy named Do Rick. And now we have Mike Raffone who is talking to Ben Dover because he's interested in the house. But John Cook tells Ben to tell Mike to contact Do Rick. This is quite a web that we've spun for each other, and it's about to get a lot more tangled. So I go back to being Mike, and I do what I was told, and I contact Do Rick. I say, is this Do? And he says, yes, this is Do Rick. And I say, I am interested in the house on Delrose Drive. And Do says, thanks for your interest in renting my house. It gives me great joy to know that you are interested in my lovely house. When would you like to schedule for a show at the property? Well, he sounds like a lovely person. I say, when are you available? He says the house is available for self-tour. And I'm like, so do I not meet up with you to take the tour? And he says, my initial plan was to sell the house, but the agent was not honest with me. He cheated on the tenant by getting higher rent from them and never delivered the money to me. We need a responsible person that can take very good care of it, as we are not after the money. I am not dealing with the agents anymore. They are bad people. This is why I'm handling the rent by myself. You deal with me directly. Okay, what? The house is available for tour today. Can you come check the house today? And I said, sure. A little about myself. I currently got a permanent job in Texas, biomedical engineers. I was working as a medical doctor here in the state, but I finally lost my job on the month of January 18th, 2016, due to the accident I had during the heavy snow. The accident which almost destroyed most part of my body, especially my legs. I wasn't aware that Texas was a place that got heavy snow. Anyway, why is he telling me all this? I thank God today that I am still alive and can at least walk again, but I can't talk very well because the shock are still in my body according to my doctor. The best way I can communicate is through writing, but I believe with God all things are possible. I have the faith in Him that I will be healed perfectly as just a matter of time. Cool story, bro. I said, I'm sorry to hear about the accident. What kind of doctor were you? And he dodges the question and he says, I will give you access to the keys in the lockbox so you can view the house from the inside if you are ready to view the house today. Okay, what's this guy got up his sleeve? He gives me a link to rently.com or the home that I, acting as Ben Dover, posted on Facebook. And Do says, once you check the house and you are satisfied, you get back to me so we can move forward with the necessary paperwork. Okay, this is something that I've never seen before. Rently.com is a legit website, and apparently you can list a home here with a lockbox that anyone can access and give themselves a self-tour if they are registered on the site. They get a code and they're able to unlock the door, and then they're put in touch with the owner. But Do makes very sure to let me know that I need to contact him directly after seeing the property. So here is what I think is happening. Homeowners are posting their homes on Rently, but scammers are acting like they are the owners. So they'll get your attention with a Facebook ad, and then they'll get you to go take a virtual tour of the home. Then they get you to pay them instead of the actual homeowner because they're the ones you've been talking to the whole time. That's pretty messed up. Now, I'm not going to fly to Louisville and take a self-tour, but I'll pretend that I did. So later that night, I write Do back and I say, looks good to me. Then he says, I'm glad you like the properties. Can we move forward with the necessary paperwork now? So he sends me over an application and a questionnaire from the Homeowners Association USA. The questions are stupid and redundant, but I fill them out with a bunch of BS, and then I scan the documents, then I upload them both to a Google Drive link, and then I create an email that looks like I'm sharing a Google Drive folder with Rick. But I replace the hyperlink on the open button with my own redirect link. Now this is a link that I created at grabify.link, and it will alert me when someone clicks on it. It will also tell me the IP address of whoever clicks on it, and from that, I will know where in the world they are. Because I have a hunch that they're not really in Louisville, Kentucky, or Texas. But hey, let's find out. Hey, it worked. And he doesn't even know that I just tricked him because he responds and he says, I just received your email now. I want you to know that my spirit is willing to rent my house to you because you sounds responsible and God-fearing to me. I will like you to go ahead and make the first month and deposit to enable the shipment of the keys with all the necessary paperwork to your current address by FedEx Mail Delivery Services in no time. I knew it. Rick wants Mike Raffone to pay him instead of the actual owner of the home. Well, that's not going to happen. So I, Mike Raffone, say to Rick, okay, I'll send it to the guy on Facebook. And I know that will throw a wrench into the whole scam because neither Agent John Cook or Rick want this fool bend over to receive the money. So speaks up. He says, I'm the owner of the property. Remember, you were to deal with me directly. But I'm going to make him sweat a little bit, and I say, the guy on Facebook said to send it to him. And says, he works for me as an advertising manager. He is not the owner of the house. And I'm like, you two work it out, not my problem. You were to deal with me directly, is that clear? He is just my advertising manager. He is just my advertising manager. He is just my advertising manager. And then panics and eventually calls me to make sure that I don't send any money to his advertising manager.
I said, this is Rick on the line, the owner of the house. You want to rent?
Yeah, but the guy on Facebook told me to pay him.
No, you are not to pay the guy on the Facebook. I'm the owner of the house. The guy on the Facebook is just working for me as an advertising manager. If you pay to the guy on the Facebook, you're not going to get the keys to the house.
I already paid him, though.
No, you are not to pay him. You are meant to pay me. If you pay him, you're not going to. Remember, I told you in the first instance, I don't use them just to do it directly.
Yeah, but he has my money.
You already paid him?
Yeah.
Can you send me a proof that you paid him?
You'll have to take it up with him. I paid the guy on Facebook.
I can take it up from him. He works for me as an online advertising manager.
Yeah, but he works for you, so you two work it out.
There's no way I'm going to work it out with him. I told you that already. I told you deal with me directly.
Well, he's got my money, so he's the one that you should be talking to, not me.
Send me a proof that you paid him.
I don't have proof. Take it up with him.
You should have the proof that you paid him.
This is so dumb. Just talk to him. So now is freaking out that Bendover just received the $900. So he reaches out to Bendover to ask if Mike mistakenly sent me the money. And I say, yes. And I know he wants proof, so I quickly Photoshop a Zelle confirmation email of me receiving $900 from Microphone. And now John Cook is freaking out because the guy that he hired just got a hold of his money. He said, hello, I heard that a tenant mistakenly made payment to your address. Well, it wasn't a mistake, but I said yes. He tells me to keep $300 and send the other $600 to a Zelle address. He then gives me a phone number and an account holder's name. And this is what scam baiters work so hard to get. These names are the most critical pieces of the puzzle because they're the ones that collect the money from the victims and move it to the scammers overseas. And more often than not, these mules don't even know what they're doing. They could think that they're employees, like Bendover, or they could be in an online relationship and are just doing favors for their lovers. So now I'm going to try and reach out to this Michelle person and see for myself. But she doesn't answer the phone. So I text her and I say, Michelle, I am supposed to Zelle you money. And she responds and says, who is this? And I say, I'm trying to rent a house and a guy from Nigeria told me to send you the money. And she says, it's a scam, sorry. Oh, really, Michelle, you think? So I say, so why are you collecting money for him? And she plays dumb. She says I'm not. Have no idea how they got my information. So then I just send screenshots of my text with these scammers where they give me her name and her phone number. How in the crap are you gonna explain this one, Michelle? But she seems totally confused. She's asking what name he went by and what his phone number is, and I'm starting to lean towards believing that this woman is just doing work for the scammer that she thinks is legit. But I warn her and I tell her that she's likely involved in money laundering and that she probably needs to have a conversation with this guy that she receives money for. I show her the full conversation and even the IP address proving that he's in Nigeria. And I think that I've probably rocked her world with this news, and so I'm not gonna push any further. But I'm pretty sure that she's suspicious now and is going to think twice about moving money for these scammers in the future. So now Ben Dover writes back to Do and says, I called her and she said it's a scam. And he said, what do you mean? This is not a scam. Money was sent to you and you are saying it's a scam? Kindly remove $300 part payment and send the rest $600 to the Zelle. Is that clear? And then I said, what are you doing in Nigeria? What do you mean with all you are sending? Send the money before I get you arrested. I think the only person that is in danger of getting arrested here is Michelle. But I say, no, I'm going to buy myself something nice. And Do really thinks I have $900. So then he writes back to Mike and chastens him for listening to Ben Dover instead of him. He says, I warned you. See who you sent the money to? I told you this people are not honest. Well, now who's he calling dishonest? I say, well, at least he's not a scammer in Nigeria. And I hit him with the IP info to let him know that he's been caught. And then to rub it in, Ben Dover writes to Do and says, me and Mike are going to go out and party and spend it all. And now John and Do have gone quiet, and they're probably left wondering how these two guys managed to get the best of them. And hopefully the next time they try and get money from someone, their mule Michelle will have some reservations about helping them. So, we've wasted their time, we've spooked their mule, and hopefully we've broken their Hawala system of moving money, which is basically what scam baiting is all about. So watch out for this rental scam, and if you see it, get these guys tangled up like I did and make them see that they need to go find a better way to make their money. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you had fun, and I will see you next time. So a friend of mine got a strange email from the European Central Bank talking about a pending fund in her name. But she doesn't live in Europe and she's never held any money there, so she was immediately suspicious and asked if I knew what was going on. And I didn't, but I was anxious to find out. So I responded to this email that came from a Mr. Robert Peter, and I pretended like I was the one who just received it. I said, Robert, I was going through my email this weekend and I discovered your note. I wonder if perhaps you meant to send this to someone else. I'm not aware of any fund with the ECB. Are you sure this was intended for me? And I signed it, Eileen Dover. Do you get it? Eileen Dover? It's a made-up name. Surely the ECB doesn't have a pending fund with that name. Or do they? Robert writes back and says, Dear Eileen, I am so sorry for the delay which you must have experienced. We took control of your dormant fund after several failed attempts by the financial institution to contact you. As of today, your fund is valued at €2,732,340. Holy crap, Eileen Dover is about to become a millionaire. I just need to verify some information for her. And I said, where did this money come from? Here's my address in case you want to double check. And I just randomly picked an address from a real estate website to see if he checks it. And Robert says, I've done the formal presentation before the bank and you are to proceed immediately to contact the bank. She is solely responsible for the immediate disbursement and remittance of your fund to you. Go ahead and contact her immediately. And then he gives me the information for a Miss Nicole Thomas, who's the Chief Customer Officer for Hodel Private Bank. Now, who here has ever heard of Hodel Private Bank? It's gotta be a fake bank or they really suck at marketing because I can't find them anywhere. But I do as I'm told and I write to Nicole saying, hello, I was contacted by a Robert Peter and was told to contact Miss Nicole Thomas regarding some funds that are being held in my name. I'm not entirely certain how this all came about. Can you confirm you are dealing with the right account holder? And Nicole writes back and says the board is aware of my fund and a Mr. Mark Patrick will be my account officer. I just need to kindly fill out a form and send it back to her. So I gotta make up some more crap about this fictitious Eileen Dover. But wait, she wants an ID. So now I've got to actually try to look legit. So thanks to some tips and tricks from my friends, I'm able to carefully develop a driver's license for Eileen Dover. And I use a random AI generated face to represent her, and I have nearly convinced myself that Eileen Dover is a real person. And it must have worked because Nicole writes back and says, your account with us has been set up and below are your login details. And I can hardly believe what I'm seeing. There really is a Hodl Bank website and I'm actually able to log in. And when I do, I can see my name and my account balance. Eileen Dover is sitting on a fortune, but when I go to try to make a transfer or a withdrawal, it says your account is dormant, inactive, please contact customer care. Oh, okay. What are they gonna try to do to make me activate this account? This is where I start to investigate. So I go back to the home screen and I copy some of the text and I paste it into Google. Then I see a whole page of websites using the exact same text, and they're even using the same picture. They've just changed the name of the bank. We've got Reliance Bank, Wamex Bank, Mbrook Bank, Trail West Bank. How long do you want me to go on for? There's dozens. It's the exact same guy or group running all these sites because they're probably backups in case one or several get shut down. So let's see if I can find out who's behind all this. I take the Hodl Bank website over to Whois to see if they have the person who registered the site, and it says it was done by a guy named Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, the actor? Surely it's gotta be somebody else. But I have his Gmail address, so I go to see if he's got a Google profile, and... oh, come on. Really, scammers? Now, I also have the place where the site was registered, and it's not in Hollywood, and it's not in New Zealand, where Russell Crowe is from. It's actually in... yeah, so this website is designed to make the elderly think that some bank has their money, and they need help in order to get it activated. So I write back to this Nicole person in customer care to ask, how do I withdraw the cash? But I get a message saying it's been blocked. Now, I don't know if this is Google flagging it or what, but I'm no longer able to contact Nicole. So I write back to Robert Peter and I say that the email has been blocked. So he just gives me the email address for my new account officer, whose name is Mark Patrick. So enter a new character to this story. So I write Mark and I say that Nicole's email isn't working, and when I try to reach her, I get this error. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you'll know that this is a special link. It looks like it's a Google support link, and it will even take you to a Google support page. But it is a redirect link that I created at grabify.link, and it will tell me his IP address if he clicks on it, and I will know if he's really in Europe or somewhere else. But of course, he clicks on it, and I can see that he's trying to hide his location with a VPN and a server in New York. But his device is set to Nairobi time. Nairobi? So he must have registered the site in Nigeria and then moved to Nairobi, or he's working with a team and his developers are in Nigeria. It seems like there's a lot going on here, so I'm guessing there's more than one guy involved. But he doesn't know that I've tracked him because he just writes back and he says it'll be his job to guide me through this process carefully. If by guide me through this process you mean scam me, then yeah, I guess so, you piece of crap. So I say, how can I withdraw my money? And he says, before you can proceed with fund transfers, first your account with us has to be activated. I can give you a call if you are free to speak over the phone. My duty is to guide you. Oh crap, he wants to call me? Now, I've given Eileen an identity, but now I have to give her a voice. So I go find an app called MorphVox, and then I wait for his call.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you clearly. How are you doing, Elena?
Oh, hello. It's Eileen.
Eileen Dover.
Yes. What did you say that your name was?
My name is Mr. Mac Patrick. I'm calling you from Cobell Private Bank.
Oh, okay. And where are you located?
We're located in Belgium.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm I'm a little confused, Mr. Patrick. How did I come into this money?
Okay, your fund was sent to us by the ECB. Okay, based on the last financial institution that was handling your fund remittance, they found some foul play, and it was sent to us and it has to be activated before you can begin to initiate fund transfer.
So he tells poor Eileen that she needs to send almost $4,000 to an agent in the United States in order to get the account activated.
We have agents in the United States where this payment can be sent to for the speedy confirmation. And if you were ready to make the payment, I can provide you with the details for the bank transfer.
Okay, and who is this?
He says that he'll send the agent's information in an email, but now I want to see if I can get this guy to break a little bit.
Okay, you said you were from Belgium, you said?
Yes.
Oh, you kind of sound like a younger Russell Crowe. Do you know who Russell Crowe is, the actor?
Yeah, I have seen a movie. I was once at a cinema one day, and I saw a really interesting movie
Oh,
about him. Okay,
which
and I really liked the movie.
which movie was
You know
that?
the Gladiator,
Oh, yes, Gladiator.
and that's a really old movie, but it was really nice.
I can almost hear you, playing the role of Maximus, fighting for your freedom in the Colosseums of Rome.
So that doesn't have much of an effect, but we hang up.
All right. You have a nice day.
You too. Thank you, Russell. I mean, Mr.
Yes,
Patrick.
bye-bye. Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
I then get an email with the instructions to pay a company called LLC who has an account at the Bank of Texas. Now, I'm probably going to blur this out because I'm sending it to my contacts in law enforcement because they'll be pretty interested to know what kind of shady transactions are happening within this account. But I can tell you that when I Google the business name, I can see that it was registered just months ago by a guy named and this is kind of an African-sounding name, and when I search for it, I can see that it's a Nigerian name. So sometimes we see scammers using Americans as mules to collect money for them, but sometimes we see that they're using family members or friends living in the States to launder their dirty money. And I do a public records search on this guy, and I can see that he has a relative that actually has the same last name as the guy who originally sent the email pretending to be Robert Peter with the ECB. This is getting pretty wild, but I'm connecting all the dots, and we're going to get this little family business shut down soon enough.
I got a feeling your whole family's going down.
So I eventually call him back to confirm this Texas account.
Tomorrow is the day that I go shopping. I need to buy my food and my medicine tomorrow. So will I be able to access? Will I have access to my funds tomorrow?
You see, my duty will be to guide you through this process.
This guy seriously doesn't even care that he's about to take an old woman's money that she needs for medicine. So I continue to lead him on. I call him back the next day pretending that I'm at the bank, ready to do the transfer.
The receipt.
Let me hand you the phone to the teller. Will you talk to him, please?
I can't speak to a teller agent. I have to speak to you directly.
Well, look, can you just talk to him? Can I put him on the phone? Hello, Mr. Patrick?
Yeah, of course he's not going to talk to anyone at the bank because they'll sniff him out pretty quickly. He's only interested in talking to poor little old ladies who will fall for it. But he's not giving up. He writes me and he says that he hung up because he can't discuss with a third party concerning my account. Were you able to execute the transfer? Yeah, good excuse, butthead. But it's time that I call him on the carpet. So the next morning I wake up and I call Mr. Patrick first thing to ask him one final question.
Oh, yes, hello. Hello, Mr. Patrick. How are you?
I'm fine.
Mr. Patrick, I visited my bank and I just have one question before I send the funds.
Okay.
They are asking me at the bank, do you want me to send the funds to this company in Texas, or do you want me to send the funds to you in Nairobi?
And that was when Mark Patrick, Nicole Thomas, and Robert Peter all suddenly went quiet. But the bank websites are still up there for now, so I'm asking all of you to call up your grandmas and share this video and warn them about any smooth-talking bankers from Belgium that want to give them money. Let's not give these scammers any reason to keep trying this crap. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I hope that you watch out for these guys, and I hope to see you